Good morning, everyone. Welcome to day 2 to drupa DNA. This morning we are starting with a very important topic because we all talk about shortages of new talent, attracting new talent to our industry. So with Gunter we have a perfect speaker today here that will show us how this all will change and people in large numbers will join graphic education going forward. Gunter Huebner.
For this nice introduction, and yeah, it's a great honor for me to give a little bit of presentation. Mixed up a little bit the story about our university, the Stuttgart Media University, and the International Circle of Educational Institutes for the Graphic Arts industry. This is the agenda I want to talk about, and first of all, I want to introduce the International Circle. The International Circle has a very long tradition. It was founded, I think, in the late 60s, and we were celebrating the 50th anniversary a few years ago, and we have about 60 members in about 42 countries worldwide presently. So this is a non-profit organization. The membership for institutes, for educational institutes, is free, which is a good thing. And what is the benefit to be a member of it? We are publishing a journal for those who are involved in education and research. This is very interesting because some of the university members are kind of evaluated by the number of publications, and it's a very easy way to do publishing. So if there are some new members here or potential new members, please come to me. I'm the vice president of this organization. In 2 days from now, on Saturday morning, the president will give a quite similar presentation about this topic. So all worldwide, we have a little booth over there. You see our logo with a globe. The International Circle. You can get some more information there, some brochures, and we have here a selection of some universities that show up here on the drupa, especially to present themselves. In this case, this booth is mainly run by our Greek friends, a organization called Helgramed, the Hellenic Graphic Media organization, is helping us, is funding this a little bit, and so this is very nice. So let's start talking a bit about the situation in our printing industry. What I hear when I talk to industry people is always the same story. We have a great lack of skilled workers. And this is ongoing for, I would say, now 10, 15 years. On the other hand, we're suffering from less margins, from some products, let's say newspapers, that are not so attractive anymore in the future. And so we have a kind of gap here. We have to bridge something here in between this lack of applicants, this lack of skilled workers, and on the other hand, which leads to a lack of applicants for our study programs. On the other hand, there are some good perspectives for the future for the young engineers. They can, we have here some samples. They have very good opportunities in the future in our industry. And I think the industry itself is growing. And we have here some other members of the Intergraph organization, the organizations in Europe. It's an umbrella organization over all the printers, local printers organizations. And so I think they can issue some figures that in total the industry is growing. There are some areas that are where the number of employees, the number of revenues is decreasing, but on the other hand, there is some opportunity in some areas where it's a very positive development going on. So the problem is when I talk to people outside of our sector, they see the printing industry, they only think about newspapers and nobody needs them anymore in the future. And that is not true. You can, for instance, if you're driving in your car, you can show people who don't think that in a car is a printing, it are printed parts in it. Show them the dashboard with all this signage there and the front window where a print is around it. And if you have a deeper look, the lambda sensor in the exhausting system is a printed device. The sealing of a head gasket is a printed device. The motor steering little computers, there's a lot of printed stuff in it. And if you go outside and you see on the roof the solar cells, that is increasing more and more. On the solar cells, there's metal part, the metal grid on top of it. It's printed, but nobody knows about it. And so we have to we have to try to convince people that printing technology is not ancient like Gutenberg did. It's a high-tech development. And that's what we try to do. And this is why I want to present here a little bit what the future of, or what the opportunities, the offerings are that we have in our sector. For instance, very interesting parts of it and where we have this growth, this is the printing and packaging technologies especially. We have this functional printing, as I said, conductive inks and things like that, sensors, printed electronics, these are growing sectors, and of course additive manufacturing, the 3D printing. If we offer a course on 3D printing, we have a lot of students coming there. If we offer a course in offset printing, no one show up. So that's a bit the problem we're facing. So there were some attempts from organizations in Germany, also from the Intergraph organization, the European-wide organization, to fight against this problem and to attract the youngsters to come in our sector and pursue an education in this area. And I will have 1 or 2 or 3 slides about that. And what I want to show is more or less then our specific route for that. We are at the Stuttgart Media University, we were trying to make a kind of internationalization of this course, and it's a kind of a little success story that I want to show to you. So one of these German campaigns was called Gestochen Scharf. It was started in about 2017, and you see some advertisements here in a train station, and there were the faces of this campaign were 2 young people all over covered with tattoos, and that's a little bit of wording, not a really joke, but to the needles that is stock gestochen, that means that the pins that do the work for placing the tattoos. you can think on yourself whether this is a good campaign or not. Much better one is the Print Your Future campaign. We did it together with the Intergraph organization, and Intergraph picked out 4 countries of the European spectrum, Estonia, Germany, Netherlands, and Portugal. And we had some workshops going on. And the main thing from which is still available today and which is very, very good is a website where you can find testimonials, some attractive videos of students that tell about their life and all the work that has been done and different the different job opportunities you can have. And the best of all, I think, is a very comprehensive database of all the educational institutes you can find in Europe. Here just one screenshot of this website, and which is what is very interesting is so with a TV screen, the laser pointer doesn't work. You have for each of these countries, you have a very, very nice list of educational institutes. And as it is in Germany, we have the most of them. So there's a list of 6, 7, 8 pages of institutes where you can do not only university level, not only academic level, where you also can do the vocational educational training, where you can find those opportunities. Just to have a short example for the universities that offer such printing courses, I don't want to read everything. We have almost every country here in Europe, and we have also worldwide. We have Canada and China, Kazakhstan, Ukraine. They just recently visited us in Stuttgart, and they are still, the war going on there. And in this city, Lviv, which is close to the western border of Ukraine, they still have in the middle of the lecture, there can be a bomb alarm, and all the students have to go to the cellar and hide themselves for the bombs. That was really an emotional thing. Yeah, in USA, we have some friends here. All of them are here. Even in Uzbekistan, there's a university. So a lot of offerings, and it's not complete. All of them are members of this international circle. Now I want to show a little bit this route that we in Stuttgart had to take. So the Stuttgart Media University is very old. It's more than 100 years old. It started out with vocational training, and then in the 50s it was raised to an academic level. And for those who understand German, it was formerly called Fachhochschule für Druck. That means it's the printing university. Later on, it was renamed, and then it was called Hochschule der Medien, so Media University. So print vanished. So that a lot of people complained about it, but it is true today. And what was going on then over years, the number of applicants in the year 2000, we had 3 times more applicants than spots. Then the number of applicants went down very rapidly, and in 2017 we had to do something. Our course was no longer full, and a lot of students that we took in, they were not capable of finishing the course because math, physics. It was too hard for them, so we had to kick them out. So there was a cut then done in 2017. We no longer offered the German version of this program. We switched to an international course, and we called it Print Media Technology. And for my personal opinion, it's a kind of success. In 2023, we're back to this situation, then we can pick out the best students. So we have more, in this case, it's really depending on who is eligible to or who is capable of starting the study. There's come some hurdles, but we can pick out the best of them. Back to that. The University of Stuttgart Media University presently has about 5,500 students in about 24, 25 different courses. All over the time there's new courses. They started a new course. What is called the psychologic areas of media. And from zero, we had the highest number of applicants ever for this new course. What is the psychology of media? Don't know. So one very interesting thing is also that the study program Print Media Technologies that started in 2017, since 2023 we renamed that and added packaging to that. The history of this is that our packaging department also suffers very much from the lack of applicants. So it's called Packaging Technology, this study course in German. And so they suffer from lack of applicants. What they do, they renamed it. They now have a name kind of sustainable design, which design is always nice for students. And the technological part we took over, so it's about packaging technology is now a part of our study program. This is an completely English-taught program, and in competition to other countries like UK or USA, we're quite cheap. So it's about 3,000 euros per year. And I think that is, and there's a lot of administration just paid by this amount. So it's kind of attractive, and we saw this result. Yeah, here you see a picture of this study program, and a lot of these students are in this moment here or show up next week. The leader of this course is Volker Jansen. He will be here next week, and we will be present here in the booth or on this fair. So this picture was taken by excursion in 2023 to Italy, where we had a very nice donation done by a thread binding machine from Meccano Tecnica, an Italian company. So they sponsored a machine for us. Yeah, that's all about this story. And I now have 2-3 announcements. First of all, in September, the International Circle of Educational Institutes, in combination with the IARIGAI. The IARIGAI is the similar organization for the research organizations in the graphic arts sector. We will organize a conference on the 8th to 11th September in Zurich, Switzerland. It's not Germany. Oh, I'm sorry for that. It's Switzerland. And here's the website. You can find this conference. It's a scientific conference, and the International Circle is more on the educational side, so we have also some economic and educational presentations there. Tomorrow, here on Drupa, we will have also a little meeting together, the IARI guy together with the International Circle in the CCD building, the conference center. At 11:30, we will have 5 keynote speakers. Very interesting people from renowned companies from the industry and from packaging. So we have from the Flexographic Technical Association and some speakers from ESCO Graphics. So it will be very nice, and hopefully if you have time to come by, it will be a very nice thing. Some other announcements. Maybe you've heard about the Synapse software. It's a gaming software. And as we see, a lot of young people, they like to do serious gaming, as we call that. Yeah, so a lot of them, they sit at home and play games on their consoles. Here, this is a program that runs software that simulates offset process. And the competition, it's a world championship. As far as I understand, you have 2 students, a German student from our partner university in Leipzig, and one from, I think it's from Portugal, no, from Brazil. And they compete. And the same thing will be done for flexography on June 2nd, where we have an, oh, I don't know what this flag is. Sorry for that. And this is one from Greek. So they will compete. And with these announcements, I'm finished with my little talk. And if you have other questions, I'm really happy to answer. And if you like, you come over to our booth and you get a lot of information there, brochures and everything.
Gunter, Dankeschön, thank you so much. Yes.
Thank you.
First of all, thank you and to all the educators at Drupa for your service to the industry. What is the best way that let's just say, printers can support you, and what is the best way manufacturers and the exhibitors can support organizations like yours?
Yeah, there are several ways. Of course, donating some equipment, that is the best thing of all. But on the other hand, what we always do is having some internships, some bachelor theses, master theses going on in the industry. For instance, we have some people working with Canon, and just yesterday I talked to some 2 young ladies. They are somehow involved in the parts, the new development that were shown on the Canon booth. So this is a very nice thing, and of course invite the students for excursions. We have also a kind of scholarship. If we had that from the company Schreiner Group in Munich, for instance, so they were sponsoring good students. Then there is an American organization, the Printed United Alliance, PUA, formerly SGIA, the Specialty Graphics Imaging Association, and they also offer a scholarship. 3 of my students were granted this scholarship. That's a good way to support young people, especially the good ones. So.
Does anyone have any questions, comments? Oh, yes. John?
Thank you, Deborah. Good morning, by the way. Good morning. I'm John Kraft from Appalachian State University in Boone, and it's good to see our school mentioned in Gunter's list. I was going to ask Gunter, Do you have any support from the International Corrugated Packaging Foundation? Grants? Because they are international. Do you have any support from the International Corrugated Packaging Foundation?
Not as far as I know.
Okay.
We have very close cooperation with the Flexographic Technical Association, either in the German one, and I know from the Clemson University that they have this Flexographic Technical Association in-house, the same as we have in Stuttgart. But I'm not familiar with this organization you mentioned.
We'll talk.
Okay, thanks.
Dankeschön.
Yeah. Yeah. So.
Anybody else? Comments, questions, anything?
John is coming.
Thank you so much. Really appreciate it. And again, thank you so much for all you do to help all of us keep a printing industry alive. Appreciate it, sir.
Thank you very much. And enjoy the rest of the fair, huh? And the rest of the talks here, of course.